Did you know that Thomas Edison has 1,093 patents? That's more than the population of Vatican City. But he is more than his many inventions. Let's get into what made Thomas Edison Thomas Edison.
Thomas Edison was born on February 11th, 1847, in Milan, Ohio, but he later moved to Port Huron in Michigan after his dad decided to move the family there. They moved to Port Huron due to a new commercial railroad that bypassed their city, isolating it from people. When Thomas was enrolled in school, his teacher thought he had a learning disability due to his impatience for schoolwork. His mother, Nancy Elliott, was triggered by these comments and withdrew Edison from school and homeschooled him. His mom taught him about natural philosophy, physics, literature, history, and science. Thomas was quickly swept away by chemistry and started doing his own experiments in his basement. He later got a job on the Grand Trunk Railroad from Port Huron to Detroit, selling newspaper, candy, magazines, and other confectionery items. He later got the permission to use an extra boxcar to start a laboratory. A prominent point in his life was when he began to lose his hearing at a very young age. When he was grabbed by the ear on one of his early train rides, he heard something snap. His hearing then started deteriorating from that point on. The loss of his hearing resulted in him being more focused on his studies and also made him more solitary and shy. When Thomas saved a child's life, J.U. Mackenzie, the child's parent, offered him the opportunity to learn telegraphy. He soon became good enough in telegraphy to work as a professional telegrapher in multiple cities. An inspiration Thomas had was when he read Michael Faraday's experimental researches in electricity. After finishing the book, Thomas concluded that he would be able to conduct the experiments done in the book at his own home. This led to him being more involved with electricity.
Thomas Edison returned to his home in Port Huron in 1867, only to find his mom ill and his dad distraught and distant. He left his home and moved to Boston. In 1868, Thomas Edison got a job as a telegraph operator for the Western Union. He later moved to New York and got a job at Law's Gold Indicator Company. He got the job after the company's general transmitters stopped working, and Thomas fixed it. The owner of the company offered Thomas a job that paid $300 a month. Edison later left their company and started a company with two other people. The company was a firm of electrical engineers and builders of electrical devices. The company was very successful, and the company was bought for $40,000. Edison used this money to start a laboratory and factory in
Menlo Park.
He soon had 300 employees and began turning out a number of successful inventions. He had as many as 50 inventions at various stages of development and manufacture at one time. Most of these had to do with telegraphy.
An example of leadership Thomas Edison showed was that after getting a job at Law's Gold Indicator Company, he left it and started his own company with two other people, Franklin L. Pope and James N. Ashland. His company was to be a firm of electrical engineers and builders of electrical devices. They were supposed to design telegraphic products, test materials, build telegraph lines, design fire alarms, and construct experimental instruments and other services. The company was successful enough and was bought out by Gold and Stock Telegraphic Company within the first year. Edison was given $40,000. $40,000 is about $650,000 today, so that's quite a lot. Another example of leadership was when Edison opened a firm consisting of about 50 consulting engineers in Menlo Park, New Jersey. It was supposed to be an invention factory. The Menlo Park plant turned out a variety of inventions. Edison was granted about 200 new patents for work completed in Menlo. Some of his well-known inventions were completed at this location. Three inventions in particular stand out: the telephone, the phonograph, and the incandescent light bulb. In 1876, Thomas arranged for the construction of a new plant at West Orange, New Jersey. Thomas Edison was given numerous medals and awards for his contributions. Some amongst them include the Officer of Legion of Honor by France, the Service Medal by the U.S. Navy, and the Congressional Gold Medal by the U.S. He was inducted into the New Jersey Hall of Fame and the Entrepreneurial Walk of Fame. He was made the honorable member of the Exposition World Fair and the National Academy of Sciences.
Whoa!
He received various medals, including the John Scott Medal, the Edward Longstreth Medal,
Cool!
the John Fritz Medal, the Franklin Medal, and his own medal called the Edison Medal.
Thomas Edison was a child of Samuel Ogden Edison Jr. and Nancy Elliott. Nancy and Samuel had met in Canada. Samuel had fled to Canada in 1837 after an insurrection against the government he was involved and failed. He established a lumber and grain company in Milan, Ohio, which allowed him and his family to move there in 1839. Edison got married twice. The first time to Mary Stillwell,
Cool.
whom he had met in Newark. They had 3 children:
Well,
Marion Estelle, Thomas Alva, dash and dot,
got a blast.
and William Leslie. He nicknamed his first 2 children Dot and Dash because he worked in the field of Morse code.
Beep 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 beep.
Mary E. had died on August 8, 1884,
Very sad.
and 2 years later, on February 24th, 1886, Edison got married again to Mina Miller. He had 3 children with her: Charles, Madeline, and Theodore.
Thomas Edison died on October 18th, 1931 in West Orange, New Jersey.
Thomas Edison did a lot for us all. We use his inventions every day. When he died, he was mourned by people everywhere who dimmed or turned off their electrical power to show their condolences, to pay a tribute to the things made by this inventor. Several schools, colleges, institutions, museums, memorials, parks, buildings, and bridges have been named after him. The most notable is the town of Edison, New Jersey, which bears his name. His birthday was made National Inventors Day. The Edison Best New Product Awards is an annual competition in the remembrance of Thomas Edison. The Edison Award is an award that is given to the best innovators of the year and is a very prestigious award.